What's up, guys? It's Brian from Hashware Hub. It's about 9:21 a.m. Turks and Caicos time, coming to you straight from the beach of Turks and Caicos. I thought maybe with all this turmoil of the cryptocurrency markets, and also actually the traditional markets too, it may make sense to come down to the beach here for a few minutes, and maybe it's maybe calming to a few of you if you see the nice ocean and see all the boats out there and stuff like that. Thought it'd be kind of cool to show that. Yeah, we're seeing a huge sell-off not only in crypto markets, we're also seeing it in the traditional markets too. And that's kind of where my background comes from. That is where my background comes from. And I thought it was kind of dumb of me not to loop in what I do there too. And I think that makes a lot of sense, and I will try doing that in the future, adding that to the channel in the future. Excuse me, as I hit my head. Try adding that to the channel in the future, because hey, trading is trading. If you're a trader, you'll trade anything there is. Anything doesn't make a difference. So let's get into it right now. We're looking at Bitcoin. Yeah, the screen is white because the sun. I really can't see the screen unless it's white, but I'm not complaining. Don't take that as a complaint. So this is very good for the market. I think in my last video that I did was actually the first video here on the island. I was beat tired, and I think some of my enthusiasm didn't come through because I was up for a good 38 hours to say the least. So this is very good for the market. I am happy about this. What I'm not happy about is the fact that how it happened. So trading is not all just about levels. It's about how things happen, and that's what Elliott wave theory teaches you. And there's a few other theories that are out there too, but predominantly I talk about Elliott wave theory here. The strength of how this sold off was a little concerning. And part of that now flows over to whether or not this becomes a bullish wick. So if you look at this on a daily basis, not so scrunched up, but let's get it like this. If you look at this on a daily basis, yeah, this looks kind of like a bullish wick. Now, the market seems to be trading on this triangle that has this line right here, okay? And then the bottom is right here. And yeah, you can make a case that this is a bullish wick. The jury is still out for me. I see a lot of people in the market that are hailing this as a bullish wick. I think that's a little too soon and can be a little dangerous. I also see people that are redrawing this bottom line to make this look nicer. I think that's also pretty dangerous to do. So, my thought process is that yes, we need to see higher highs here. Let's zoom in. We will be running into a resistance level, which is right about here, about 9,000 and change. Okay, we're also sitting on two support levels. Not only this bluish line, this bluish bottom diagonal line, but also this line right here. This is a horizontal support line, and let's call that about 75.50. Sorry, my mouse doesn't work so well on this chair. So about 75.50. But let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit more to see the actual price action. Let me actually expand this. Come on. To see what's going on. So the blue line is the bottom of the triangle, and the way I would count this as far as Elliott wave, we'd have to go in a little bit closer to make it a little clearer. This would be about a 1, 2, we'd have a 3, 4, and 5. And I think this is the top of the 5th, and I think we're going to have an ABC coming down. Now, as we have an ABC coming down, question becomes, how far down does it go? How down does it go? and I'm hoping that it stops somewhere in this range of about 76.50. Okay, somewhere in this range, that it doesn't become, you know, a larger sell-off here. If it does, the larger this sell-off becomes, the less of a chance this is a bullish wick. Less of a chance that this is a bullish wick, the larger this sell-off becomes. Because there are alternate scenarios where this is not a bullish wick at all. Alright? So, alternate scenarios where this is a much larger ABC. This screen is too small for really me to show it to you properly. Let's zoom in. Okay. Okay. There are alternate scenarios where this is just a large A, and then we're going to have a B, and then we're going to have a much lower C. Okay, there's another scenario where this is an A here, we have a B, and then C would be much lower. Call it about the 4,700 level, possibly a little bit lower. So what I would have liked to have seen is this thing to be a much stronger impulse wave up. Much stronger. Especially coming towards the end, quote unquote, end of this triangle, which is right here. Okay? This should be a much stronger bullish wick. Now, okay, granted, if you do want to take in some of the fundamentals of, yes, there are a lot of kind of newbies in the market, a lot of people, and there's no you know, some people use that term newbies as like almost like a curse type of thing. No, it's just, I don't mean it in that fashion. People that haven't been in the market a lot, and they need to learn. They need to go through these types of scenarios. So if you look at those fundamentals and say, okay, maybe that's a reason why we have had such a sell-off here. Okay, but I don't really look at things in that fashion, because you can make arguments like that all over the place. So one positive thing I'd like to mention is the QQE indicator is, it turned right about this level here, which is which was pretty spot on, and it's moved up from there. It's still pretty bullish so far, but this is a ton of volume to be coming in so late in a triangle, and I think a lot of people are ignoring that. The few minutes I've watched of some other people on YouTube, I think a lot of people are ignoring the volume aspect of this, and I'd like to talk more about that in the future. The volume has a lot to do with trading. The price is actually just a function of volume. Really, if you think about it, it's just a function of volume. It's a function of the volume. Volume is like the pure sentiment of the market, and then the chart is just a function of the volume. It's just a way to plot the prices at a particular time, for if that's the type of chart you're looking at. There's all sorts of different types of charts that are out there. So let's also look into well, let me just finish up here real quick. So yeah, I mean, if this is an ABC, if this was a small 5 wave, up, we're gonna have an ABC. We'd like to have a correction that kind of comes down to around these levels, around here, call it 75.50, maybe touch lower or whatever, maybe down to here, maybe the 72.80s, somewhere around there. But I really don't want to see it to go much lower than that. I feel we may have some more panic selling in the market. So, and again, I want the volume to really just cut off here if this triangle is really true. Otherwise, I'm really going to start my primary count is not going to even include these triangles. If we have a few more days of this. I kind of wanted to switch over even days ago, way back here, actually. It just didn't feel right. So, yeah. So let's take a look. We're actually going to look at some other currencies here. Check the battery life real quick. Okay, we're cool. Let's take a look at Litecoin. You know, so Litecoin is looking actually a little bit more bullish than Bitcoin. You know, it didn't really have such a large, you know, bullish wick, and now it's, you know, it's coming up to the top of this triangle right here, and this is actually, Litecoin is actually looking pretty damn well. Good for you, Litecoin. Hey. Applauds to you. So, you know, Litecoin, kind of the red-headed stepchild of Bitcoin. Sorry to anybody who is a stepchild and redheaded. No, don't mean any foul there. You know, yeah, I mean, it's looking healthier than Bitcoin. It's just following these patterns much nicer in a much more fluid fashion. Let's take a look at Ethereum. In Ethereum, I got a ton of freaking hate mail. Thank you very much. You know who you are. You know, right around these levels here, saying, you know, it could possibly sell off. That's a very good high probability. And I got all this hate mail saying, no, the only place it's going to go is from here. It's going to go up. Next stop is going to be 8,000 or 10,000 or 12,000, whatever these freaking nuts were telling me. And believe me, I love Ethereum. I'm a big fan of Ethereum. I mine Ethereum. My Ethereum is like one of the things I really don't even really trade all that much. I'm that much in love with it. And I'm not a fundamentalist at all. I'm a technician. So you can imagine how much I love it. So, yeah, it sold off. But it sold off to levels that make sense. It sold off to this support level here that we had mentioned some time ago, around this 600 level, 600 and change. It came right back down here and came right back up. Also, this purple line that we drew eons ago. Okay, look at this. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Came down. This is like a bullish wick. Okay, came back up. It hit this resistance level right here, about 843. Not too shabby. I think this is a Fibonacci level, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, hopefully this thing should gather here and run up. We'd love to see it run up a little bit more, and maybe, excuse me, maybe this triangle, the lower one being, the lower portion of this triangle being the purple, and the top being the orange. You know, hopefully this is the triangle that Ethereum is in, and you know, we're gonna, and basically when this, I would look to be as 5 waves coming down. That looked to be, I counted it earlier as that. You know, maybe if we take a look at this wave here, I did not count this one. Yeah, very similar to Bitcoin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, straight up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom. We'll probably have an ABC correction. Hopefully, come down to one of these levels here, and not necessarily pierce through this this purple right here. So the fact that I was seeing that Ethereum was being non-correlated to or was non-correlated to Bitcoin, yes, that has broken. Okay, it has recorrelated itself to Bitcoin. It lasted just so long, and then it became correlated again, as we see right here with this sell-off right here. So as it gains more steam, as the market probably runs up again, we'll probably see that correlation broken again. And that's, you know, it's a good clue to see that correlation will probably be broken again, because it has been broken before in the past. So we'll definitely look for that. So we're gonna leave it right there for now. I'm gonna try to publish this thing, get it out of here as quickly as possible. And actually, my original statement was wrong with what time it is. The 9:30 or so, as I announced in the beginning, it's not 9:30. It's actually 10:30. The computer here has not adjusted to Turks and Caicos time. It's actually 10:36 right now. So let's leave it right there, and happy trading. Speak to you guys soon.